Det börjar nämligen som en saga med en liten pojke som växte upp med sin familj och sina 6 syskon. Och lamerna som var utklädda, förklädda, gick runt och letade efter den blivande Dalai Lama. Så hittade de den här lilla 2-åriga pojken som sen blev en av världens största ledare. Och här ser ni honom tillsammans med Nelson Mandela. Här är han med Barack Obama, USAs president, och själv har han fått Nobels fredspris. Och här anländer han i fredags och det var som en rockstjärna som människor stod och väntade på att hurra när han kom. Den är gamle man som nu är snart 76 år och som åker runt i världen och framförallt slåss för sitt folk i Tibet som lever under hård press av den kinesiska regimen. Och dessutom predikar han om hur man ska bli lyckligare. Han är omgiven, som ni ser, av massor med människor och säkerhetsvakter. Och jag hade en fråga som jag ville ställa till honom som jag hade burit på sedan jag träffade honom för 6 år sedan. Och det var om hur den bästa fienden blir din, eller den värsta fienden blir din bästa lärare. Lyssna på hur han svarar. I had the privilege to meet Your Holiness 6 years ago in Gothenburg, just before the 70th birthday. Right. And there was something Your Holiness said that I've been carrying with me since then and tried to practice. And that was that your enemy is your best teacher about yourself. That is really something that works. Can you explain a little bit how it works?
Even according scientific sort of finding, more warm-heartedness automatically bring openness. So through that way, firstly, you yourself get more confidence, self-confidence. With that, you can speak truthful, honestly, transparently. Now, for more practice of more, warm-heartedness, the greatest obstacle that is anger, hatred. So anger, hatred not come just without cause. No, someone creates problem for you. Then you get irritation and anger, hatred. So the very fact which you develop negative attitude, that through reasoning, try to get kind of attitude. You are teacher. You teach me this opportunity for practice of tolerance and patience. So that's the one sort of, I think, effective way to reduce obstacle about development of warm-heartedness.
Mm-hmm. And I found that it really worked.
So do you also practice that?
Yes, every day.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It worked very well, and it's very intelligent because I didn't know before.
This, of course, I think one sort of the psychotherapy sort of what do you call it, psychotherapy or something. Mm-hmm. People who have some sort of problem about mental sort of level. I think this kind of practice is, I think, very useful. Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I remember I've been carrying with me is that Your Holiness said every day is a new day when you have a new chance. And you have, when you get up, you have a structure, a program for that day. Oh. So what was the program for today?
Today?
In Your Holiness' mind, I mean.
Every morning, perhaps you already know, my time began 3:30 local time everywhere. Whenever I reach new place, I set up my sort of watch at 3:30, get up morning. Then immediately I remember, of course I'm Buddhist practitioner, so immediately I remember Buddha and his teaching, main teaching is practice of compassion and view of interdependency. I remember that. Then some kind of shaping my mind. The rest of the day, I should carry these two principles. So two things is, firstly, more compassionate sort of attitude. Then secondly, more holistic view. Things are interdependent. So that very helpful when day passes. This is some sort of the event which may create some too much attachment or too much sort of also repulsion or something negative. Both of these emotions is very much focusing on independent target, independent object. So the concept of interdependency, once you get that idea, that view, familiar, then your attitude, not that kind of grasping, something positive, very good, so negative, very bad. Of course, these are, as a Buddhist practitioner, I do that. Then I think ordinary people, and anyway, I think nobody at the beginning of the day wishing more trouble. I don't think. So the real troublemaker, outside things are conditions, but the real source of trouble within yourself.
It sounds very easy, but it's not that easy to practice.
I think anything which is something useful, you see, need more effort. Everybody is want a high degree, university degree, or what's it, PhD, like that. You need a lot of effort.
You have to try harder. Okay,
Study, research, any work, and these spacecraft. There's a lot of people's effort, not only just one moment, but years, decades of effort. Anything.
But your Holiness laugh a lot. It's a lot of laughter. What does laughter do to a person? Laughter.
Laughter, yes.
Yes. What does it do? What good does it do? Because your Holiness laughs a lot.
Just
it's a great sense of humor in your Holiness.
Just come.
Just come.
So, I think what to call easy going on.
Okay.
And then also sometimes I love small mistake.
Mistakes that others do?
Some mistake happen, then I laugh.
Okay, maybe I will make a mistake that you can laugh at. Your Holiness has been admired and worshipped since Your Holiness was a little boy. How is it possible to keep simplicity and humbleness and not be affected by all this around you?
One of the practice Buddhist monk don't care, don't concern something very seriously about others' sort of attitude or saying about you. You yourself sort of watch you yourself, and as far as your own motivation, your sort of way of thinking, or verbal action, physical action, mental action should be correct, should be positive. If you too much pay attention about other sort of view about me, then more anxiety, more sort of stress. Not good. So, concern about your own fame, concern about your own sort of fortune, too much concern, more trouble come. So that's one of our practice. So I try. So some effect there.
I will take that with me too, because it's easy to be, blinded by fame and fortune and all that. Your Holiness has...
But actually, you see, thinking, at the time of death, fame won't help. Money won't help. Even a strong body won't help. At that time, if you feel, oh, the rest of your sort of life, I utilize my time more meaningful. That means, if possible, serve other, helping other. If not, restrain harming. Then, at the last moment, the person feel, okay, now no more my life, but I utilize my spend more positive way, no regret.
Your Holiness has now decided to step off the political power
Yes.
as a political leader, but remain as a religious or spiritual leader. Is it possible to divide
yes,
these
very
two?
possible.
Doesn't it go hand in hand?
No, no, no. Actually, the Dalai Lama institution, I think nearly 600 years old. Then at the beginning, about 200, more than 200 years, only spiritual leader, Dalai Lama institution, only spiritual leader, no temporal power. Then fifth Dalai Lama, because of the certain circumstances, now he took the temporal power. So last about 4 centuries go that way. So now I seriously, firstly, is my personally, and overall picture, political rule, responsibility carried by spiritual leader, that's wrong, outdated, or kings or queens ruling the country.
But it
That's
has been
outdated.
very successful with your Holiness. It has been successful.
And then I always expressing with my belief that spiritual institution and a political institution should be separate. While I'm telling other people, I myself, spiritual leader as well as the temporal leader, it's contradiction. So then I think selfish reason. I usually describe myself as a quite popular Dalai Lama, not disgraced Dalai Lama. So 4 centuries sort of tradition, the Dalai Lama institution, as a head of both temporal and spirituality, now and at such time, voluntarily, happily, proudly, I think that also one way to serve former Dalai Lamas, Dalai Lamas. I feel like that. If you see this institution end with disgrace, that's very bad. So sometimes I tell people, if this institution, century-old institution, and my sort of generation, my generation, or what I say, after I death, this institution cease, then I usually say, this is good, because the 14th Dalai Lama, not best Dalai Lama, but not worst Dalai Lama, so quite okay. So that century-old institution ended with quite popular Dalai Lama. Is grace. So here is the political power.
But,
twin, what's the day? Twin rule, dualistic.
Dualistic role.
That now I really feel very happy.
To
Now,
step up.
while successful, voluntarily stop or end that. Then one reason I really committed fully about democracy. The last now 10 years, we Tibet exiled community already achieved elected political leadership. So now 10 years passed. During this period, I consider myself as a semi-retired position. Now, after 10 years, I watch Tibetan community in exile. They are quite mature about the elections or these things, a sense of responsibility. So I thought, now time come. And
it's a great development financially in China. Has that helped the people of Tibet at all?
Yes, in the economy field, Tibetan also used to get some benefit. But unfortunately, the political side, too much suppression. Just last a few days, we heard there's some important monastery that really now approaching by Chinese security personnel and also I think military personnel. And things are really very, very tense. That information I received three days ago. Now then after that, what really happened, I don't know. When I received that information, the atmosphere is very, very tense. So this is not only that case, but many part of Tibet. Now the Chinese communist, usually I say Chinese communist hardliner, not Chinese communist all or general, but hardliner. They really, I think their own desperate situation, they simply using easy sort of method, that's suppression. Not only in Tibetan case, in Xinjiang, and also in China proper. Now last few months, how many intellectuals and artistic people was arrested.
Do you never lose hope?
No. But overall, now here, the Tibetan case, when we look Tibet locally, then really hopeless. But Tibetan problem also, you see, very much related with development in China proper. As China proper, more economic development, it also benefits Tibet, as we already mentioned. So therefore, overall picture, People's Republic of China, now last few years, even now Prime Minister Wajabo himself, she spoke several occasions, China needs political liberalization, political liberal, sort of political reform. He mentioned as a Prime Minister. So this is not just one individual sort of feeling, but seems that there are a number of sort of people in sort of among the leadership. Of course, the hardliners also, you see, very strong. But things are changing. Things are changing. I think many special expert about China, including some Chinese also. So they say after the new leadership, I think fourth generation, fifth generation. After you see they come, most probably things will gradually change. Many experts, many specialists have this opinion. So you see, if you use common sense, look, last 60 years of event, Mao's era, Deng Xiaoping era, Jiang Zemin era, Hu Jintao era, you see, there are big change. According reality, Communist Party also have some sort of ability to act according new reality. So now, 2010, 2011, worldwide, things are changing, a lot of changing.
My last question, because I know that there you have a busy program. Soon you're going to be on stage speaking to a lot of people, and I think it's about happiness. Why do you think it's such a need for the audience in Sweden and in the Western countries for these speeches about happiness that you are traveling around?
Not only Westerner, we Easterner also need happiness. I think everybody. But now here, you see, my sort of impression is those materially affluent sort of society is too much emphasis about material value. Then somehow neglect about our inner value. So I'm trying to deeper awareness. The ultimate source of happiness, not outside, not money, not on power, but your own heart. Person who have certain sort of mental attitude, mainly they're based on altruistic attitude. And that person, even surrounded by a hostile atmosphere, the person can still remain happy person. A negative sort of emotion, fear, too much stress, suspicion. Here, even though surrounded by best facility, that person will not be happy person. So that, whether in East or West or everywhere, I always telling them, even those Buddhist or religious people, and including Buddhist, I always say, ultimate source of happiness here. Pray to God or pray to Buddha may not bring genuine happiness. Happiness must be produced by yourself through deeper awareness about the system of the mind.
I will take that with me. I remember from last time that you liked these material things. That brings you maybe happiness for a little while too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for letting me interview you, Your Holiness.
Thank you. Thank you.
I will practice the new things too now.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes.
you. Ja, lite godis det kan pigga upp och ge en liten lyckokänsla det också.